Hello. Okay, so I'm just making this video to talk about my college experience. The first semester of my first year of college just ended, and I wanted to talk just about my experience and the differences that I felt between high school and college, and just what I went through personally, because I know I looked at a bunch of other people's videos like this to help me figure out, just what I wanted to do in college, or help me get a better idea of what I was about to face. Apologize for the lighting. I look really yellow, but I promise I don't, or orange. I promise I'm not a balloon, but first thing first, just for reference, I am a political science major and I went to school in New Orleans. I think that's pretty much everything that would be different. And the school that I went to wasn't like a HBCU or anything. It was just a regular public school. Roommate situation, I really did not want to share a room with anybody. I was really adamant about not sharing a room with anybody. I wanted to have my own space. I did do a room tour, but my camera wasn't like that good at the moment, but I'll put it down below. And so my roommate, I guess, was more like a sleep mate, and she stayed in her room, I stayed in my room. It was the perfect experience for me, because I have heard like roommate horror stories where people kill their roommate or something, and I definitely didn't want that. But I also didn't want to be friends with my roommates. Like, I didn't want us to stay up all night and braid each other's hair and tell each other secrets, because I feel like that causes problems when you need to get stuff done. Like when they used up all your tissue and you're like, hey, can you like replace my tissue? If it's your friend, you don't want to say, hey, give me back my tissue. So I feel like I didn't want that to happen. So I just wanted us to be casual, which is what we are. I will have the same roommate next semester in the same room, and so hopefully it'll continue on to be as great as it has in this first semester. She does play an instrument, which at my school is a big music school. Obviously in New Orleans, people love the music and culture, and so there are other places on campus where you can practice, but she would practice sometimes in her room, which would get obnoxious. But usually it wasn't while I was in the room, and usually if it was while I was in the room, it was during the day at times where I could have been somewhere else. Like I could just go to my friend's room or something, and I'm not a confrontational, like I don't like confrontation at all. So if something like that happened, I would just go down to my friend's room. If it had been more frequent, I probably would have said something, but she let me know ahead of time that, hey, I have an instrument and I'll be playing it in the room. So I didn't really make that big of a deal out of it, I guess. Next is friends, I guess. I feel like I made the majority of my friends within the first week of the school. I did make like one main friend, which I definitely met her before classes even started. Like right in that time, I know at my school we had like a few days before classes started where most of the people that were there were freshmen. I know move-in day was all freshmen. So you got to meet just all of the people who are going to be staying on campus, who were just like you and new and fresh and new to this college world. And I didn't meet my friend. I met my friend, my best friend, on Twitter, which Twitter is like the best way to meet new people from your area. You can search that school in 18, because I know I was class 18, and meet a bunch of different people. And she actually is from like the area of my hometown, because I was 5 hours away from where I usually live. And the weird thing about it, by the way, I guess back with the roommate situation, this is my first time ever being away from home for more than a week. And even then, I would be like 30 minutes up the road and be calling my mom and come get me because I want to come home and I hate everybody and I just want to be back in my own bed. And so the fact that I went 5 hours away for a month and I didn't cry not one night, I'm really proud of myself. Like, I did not cry even on moving day. Mostly because on move-in day, I didn't actually sleep in my room in move-in day. I actually, me and my mom went to a hotel. Like, we found a hotel in a little area, a suburb outside of New Orleans, and went shopping and stuff for the next couple of days because I just didn't want to leave her because I'm a big mama's girl. So I really didn't feel like I had like that move-in day experience where I was like, oh, bye, you just left me and abandoned me in New Orleans, because I went with my mom. I just like moved in and left, and so then I came back. So it felt like more like a temporary thing, I guess, than like a permanent, oh, I'm away from home for forever. Back to friends and campus life. My school's campus life was really like dead. So as far as meeting people, like friends on campus at different events and stuff. People really didn't go to events, and if they did, they went with their friends already. They didn't go, like, I guess, to meet people. They went just to hang out with their friends. And the campus life is not really like a big Greek life on my campus. We do have Greeks on the campus, which I was looking into and I might be looking into next semester. I'm still trying to decide. My school is mostly a commuter school, I feel like, so a lot of people don't really participate in the stuff there, so the Greek life isn't as big as it would be at other schools. But I still might want to do it, just like for me, I guess, to say I did it. I don't know. I have a clipboard here, by the way, with all the stuff on it. So if you see me looking down a lot, that's because I'm looking at the clipboard to remind myself to talk about different topics. But yeah, my friends I met within the first week, and then my main friend, my main thing, I met her in the first week, and then all my other friends, like, she kind of introduced me to them because I'm not really a social person. I kind of sort of thought I was going to be the person at college who was just in my room by myself, not talking to nobody. Now on to the main reason why I went to school, which was the classes and the educational part of college, which was the main thing for me. That was the biggest thing to adjust to. I feel like I adjusted easy to living in my own room because it's my own space, and I really like the idea of having my own space and being able to do what I please. If I want to cook mac and cheese at 3 o'clock in the morning, I can cook mac and cheese at 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, who's gonna stop me? If you are looking into going to a school, I definitely would recommend staying on campus in the dorm. I feel like it's nothing really like living that close to people. You get to see people in class, and you get to see them like walking down the hallway in their robe, because I think I was notorious for walking around in my robe and my sleeping cap because I didn't care like who was gonna say something to me. Nobody. I don't care. But classes were difficult for me because I did come in as a second semester freshman, so some of the classes that I was taking were like 2,000 level classes, which weren't really, you know, for your introductory type classes and for your introductory type student. And so it was really hard for me to adjust to some of those classes because they were at a much faster pace and they were talking about different stuff. This is my first time being introduced into politics too, because of course in high school we didn't talk about politics and we didn't sit there, you know, do politics. I would, you know, watch the news all the time and research and look into all this different stuff, but I never really like knew some of the terminologies that I was learning, and all this is new to me. And I feel like I definitely did go in as a sponge. I wasn't the person in the class who was always raising my hands with the answers because I didn't know some of the stuff, but I definitely was a person who I just soaked everything in and I wrote my notes. I did learn like typing notes in some classes worked better. I think it just depends on the teacher. I think the history class was the only class. I am the type of person who likes to write my notes for the majority of the time because it keeps me more interested, and highlighting in books really saved my life because I didn't, for some teachers who just like literally their slideshows were straight out the book, I would just highlight their stuff in the book and it saved me forever. And lastly, I think that's everything that I have to say about classes. Pretty sure just really every teacher is different. RateMyProfessor.com is the best thing that's ever happened to me in my life because 9 times out of 10 the stuff on there is true. I need to go and put the stuff about my professors that I took this semester on there to help other people out. Because 9 times out of 10 the stuff on there is true. And I have the ability at my school to go through and change my schedule, my own, and pick the professor that I want to do. So if there is like a teacher I go in their class and she's just really rude, or she or he is just really rude and obnoxious, I can go online like right after that class and change it if I want to. I also schedule breaks in between my classes, which I don't know how I felt about that. I would schedule like an hour break, and I would not suggest putting a regular format because I would go back to my room, lay down in my bed, and cook me some mac and cheese and watch SpongeBob, and then I would be like, oh, I gotta go to my class, and I hate math, and so I would not want to get up and go to that class, and so I would be late, which ended up really hurting me more than it harmed. Last but not least, and this to me is like the most interesting topic about college, and that is dating in college. I personally went in to college, my hands on my hip, like, so you know it's about to get real. I personally went into college with a boyfriend. I still have one. We didn't break up. and he's in the military, which is a whole another video. I think that's a whole another like life video that I need to make. So I do have a purity ring, which you can see right here on my finger. I would zoom in so you can see the words on it, but getting this camera to focus was a lot more work than it looks like. And that was really, really interesting because there were times that I would be hanging out with my friends. Again, I had a boyfriend, so it really didn't matter to me. But my friend, my ace boom comb, is that racist? Not racist. My ace, she had a purity ring along with me, so we'd be hanging out. And literally, there was a time we were hanging out with some friends that were guys. Some friends I heard they were guys, and I was just in the room hanging out. And we were talking about our purity rings, and like they literally just got up and left because I guess they were like, well, this is not the place for us. We are not getting any. Being pure and in college is again a whole another video topic. So thank you for watching this video. If there was anything else that I feel like I left out, I might make a part 2. I want to do a video about getting someone in the military and being pure while in college. I put my links to my Twitter and my Instagram below, and yeah, that is everything. Thank you for tuning in. I might do a part 2 to this video. I don't know. Thumbs up this video if you want to see a part 2, and I will see you later.